But even though we did not, good morning, guys. I hope everybody is fine.
Good
Good
morning, my friend.
morning.
How are you? Hello,
Mm,
Sampi.
Hi, Sampi,
Good morning,
Sampi.
ladies and gentlemen.
It's a good thing that we're doing this because, like, in the last episode we talked about the difference between TEFL and SAYS. Why is it important to have a TEFL if you're going to the Middle East when you already got a SAYS? So, and this time we need to touch base on the required document. Either maybe they want to use us, document authentication, to help them with their document, or
Mm.
they can go do it by themselves. It's optional. We're not forcing anyone. So, but
No, but it
and
just,
then,
I find it easier if the clients just do it through us, if they are
mm,
far away from places, because at least with Docs SA, things happen very quickly. And you Docs SA, you guys have been around, what, nearly 15 years now, nearly?
it's been a while. It's been a while.
It's a
Even my,
while.
my, my son that was born the time the company was registered. Now I probably will become a grandpa soon. Who knows? It's been a while. But
Your chickens before they hatch.
so, but anyways, so then now after these, then we'll then talk about rules because that country, I mean, because after this, then we will then talk about things to do and not to do in the Middle East, in any of the Middle East
Yes.
countries. Because to be sincere with you, the way things are done that side, it's totally different to the way things are done on our side. So, and many people don't know these things. They just up on the plane thinking that they just want to go to Middle East and be rocking. When you don't know about the things to do, things not to do. Let me break everything down. The list of documents needed when you are traveling to any country of your choice in the Middle East. So, first and foremost, you need a valid passport. So this valid passport must be valid for at least 6 months to 12 months. You know, Usually requires 2 to 4 pages. So yeah, before you can be accepted, because when they apply for your work permit, that side, you know, you need to have more pages. Otherwise you may be rejected. So, and this is actually another tricky part where people don't understand, and I'm going to call you guys' attention, and the viewers also should be aware of this. Many countries in the Middle East are very a little bit particular. They prefer your passport not to have Israeli entry stamps. They,
Really?
yes, they don't like it. Even China also now, when we at the Chinese embassy, it's written out there like on a big board saying that declare if you have been to Israel. You understand? So many of these countries doesn't really like it. So people should be aware of that. And then
Uh,
the
Excuse me.
oh
So
yeah, yeah,
preferably, it's
no,
best to have a new passport. It's preferably best to have a brand new passport without anything in it,
trust
because
me.
it's they what do they use? 2 or 3. I think they use about 2 pages when they stamp you in. So your passport has to have a lot of pages.
Yeah, because not even only that. Let's say, for example, if you're living South Africa here, you get a visa. Like the way we do with China. You get a temporary one, which is like a Z visa, but it's not the real one that you will have on your passport. Then when you get to the country, then they will then change it for you. So either ways, you need to have like 5 pages, to be on the safer side, because applying for a new passport when you are not in South Africa, it takes a while, and people need to be aware of
Six
this
months.
as well. Yeah. So it's better you should just get a new passport instead before, you know. So yeah, number two, we've talked about the valid passport, which is very understandable. Um, Number two is police clearance certificate. These people, they don't joke if you have a criminal record, unlike other countries like European countries, or even in Europe, in any of these European countries, if you can provide the expungement, is the expungement or something, so to clear your record, you may be accepted. These people, they don't joke. You have a criminal record, stay home or go somewhere else. That's my opinion, though, from my 15 years of experience, because they don't joke around. So your clean background check, which is when you have your police clearance certificate, if we are going to be helping you to do your police clearance, we will submit to the Criminal Background Center in Pretoria. If you send us your fingerprint, so we submit for you. Then after that, we take it into DECO, which is the Department of Foreign Affairs, to have it authenticated or apostille. And this is another tricky part. It depends on the countries where you want to go. Either maybe you want to go to Qatar. Qatar is authentication. Saudi Arabia is apostille. You need to be aware of this when you're submitting your document. When you tell them that you're going to Saudi Arabia, make sure you make it clear that you want an apostille document. You want your police clearance to be apostille. Otherwise, there's gonna be a confusion for your employer in any of the country of your choice in the Middle East. So the
Can be
police
rejected.
clearance, it can be rejected. Yeah. So, and those guys, they don't play around with rejection. They don't give you to say we're giving you grace of whatever to do this. The moment, because there is a lot of applicants that's applying for the same position you are applying for, because the money is good that side, unlike China or South Korea or whatever. So they don't joke around, especially in Qatar, you know. So your police clearance, make sure you clarify with the department of which country the document will be used. So, like I said earlier on, if it is for Saudi Arabia is apostille. If it is for Qatar, Kuwait, Oman, all these countries are not part of Hague Conventions country. So it is authentication. Then once it's been authenticated, it doesn't end there. Some people will be like, it ends there. My document have been authenticated, although apostille does not need to go to the embassy of where the documents will be used. But authentication needs to go to the country of where the documents will be used. So if it's going to be used in Qatar, you take it to Qatari embassy in Pretoria. If it's going to be used in the UAE, you take it to the UAE embassy in Pretoria as well for legalization. So you need a sticker. They will put a sticker at the back of your document to say your documents have been verified and everything is good to go. That is when you can say, okay, my employer in any country of your choice, these are my documents. You send it to them via PDF scan copy. Don't use just only phone scanner. Use a proper scanning machine, not a phone scanner. Because every securities and everything needs to be shown clearly on the paper. So yeah, that is it on that one. So for the educational certificate, either maybe your PGCE, bachelor degree, or master's or or whatever, you understand? It goes through SAQA, which is South African Qualifications Authority. So that is the first step first. Although um um although many countries in the Middle East prefer a PGC, right? Because you're going there to teach them English, they prefer you having a PGC, which is postgraduate certificate. So, but it doesn't matter. It depends on your school. If your school said, "Oh, we are okay with bachelor's degree," sharp, that's perfect. So, but the first step is to go through the SAQA for verification. You need a verification letter for SAQA to verify with the university where you attended, to be sure that your degree is genuine, it's not counterfeit. So then after that, it will be taken to DECO, which is Department of Foreign Affairs. Um, so then, like the way I explained for the police clearance, you need to specify to make them. You need to make them understand at the DECO that this is the country where you want to be using this document. So like I explained, the same way I explained, it's the same process. So you take it to the embassy of the country where the document will be used, and then that's it. Then it's done. So now let's go to the part of the sales, which is also very important, and it's very important and very mandatory in some Eastern countries. It's important in Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Kuwait. It's very mandatory.
Correct.
Those guys, they don't joke around. You don't have sales, no go area. But some countries like United Arab Emirates, UAE, Oman, Bahrain, mm, private international schools in some countries, they don't really, it may not be that important to them. So they'll be like, it's fine. If you have a TEFL, then you go to go. So now going back to the process of how to get your sales done in a right way so that you don't shoot yourself in the foot. I love that. So so the first thing needs to do if you're going to be using your sales in any of the non-Hague Convention country, like Saudi Arabia, for instance, it will need to go through, that is apostle. Saudi Arabia is apostle. It will need to go through notary lawyer, number one. Number two, after notary lawyer, and also you need to tell the notary lawyer the country where you'll be using the sales. So the notary lawyer, either maybe if it's for apostle, right? Let's talk about the part of the apostle. One, it's been apostilled by the notary lawyer, then you take it to the High Court. The High Court will put their ribbon and put their authentication for apostolization as well on it. Then that's it. You don't need to take it to DECO anymore. No DECO, no embassy. Or if it is for authentication, it's gonna go through if it is for authentication in any countries of your choice, maybe Kuwait, Qatar, Oman, those are authentication, which is not part of the Hague Convention countries. So you take it to the lawyer, like I said earlier on about the apostle. Then after the lawyer, then you take it to the High Court. After the High Court, then you take it to DECO for authentication. Make sure the lawyer you're using, puts authentication on the paper, on the confirmation paper from the notary lawyer. Then after that, then you take it to High Court. High Court will put the authentication. If it doesn't ends there, then you take it to DECO. DECO will put their ribbon as well, put the authentication, have it authenticated. Then you take it to the embassy of the country where the document will be used. Like the way Muslim people, Arab, we say kalas. Kalas means that's it.
Okay. Just a question,
Yeah.
Nelly. How do I, as a teacher that's just going over, never been overseas, how do I know which one is Hague Convention and which ones is authentication?
Yes.
We
will.
Where can I find that information?
Yes, we will. We already have that article written a while back, so I will include it into this blog so that people can see the list of Hague Convention countries and they can see the list of non-Hague Convention. Does that answer your question?
A quick
somewhat?
question. I do apologize for interrupting.
No, it's okay. Yeah, please.
I'm sorry to interrupt. If I have my SACE certificate now, just a quick question. Regarding the SACE certificate, how long is that SACE certificate valid before you need to apply for a new one?
No, thank you so much for asking that question. That's actually a very tricky one that many people don't understand. On the validation, how long will it take for me to go and renew my SACE certificate? Or if I lose it, what do I do? And all these kind of questions. So, but to answer your question, Naomi, The answer is no. Sales certificate does not expire. You
Okay,
understand?
thank you very much.
There's no expiration date for sales certificate. The only thing is that if you lose it, you can renew it. But make sure you have a PDF scan copy of the old one. Maybe you have it saved on your email just in case if you lose it, so that you can be able to just send it to them and request for a reprint. This part, I am not 100% sure. They may ask you to provide them another police clearance certificate. Remember, when you are applying for a sales certificate, you need to submit together with a police clearance certificate. You understand? So, but I'm not really certain. I'm not really sure if they will ask you if you lose your sales certificate and you want a reprint. I'm not sure if they will ask for police clearance certificate. But yeah. I hope that answers your question, Naomi.
No, it did answer my question. I do apologize for confusing us all here, because it is actually a topic that comes up quite a lot. Do I renew my state certificate? When do I renew it? How do I do it? And things like that. So it is a question that does come up. So we'd like to give them facts about it.
Good. No, that's why we create this platform, to have a real talk, and about things that people are facing challenges on, because these things are very tedious. You understand? So and our own job is to make sure that we provide them clarification, so that, So I've already I've already clarified on the sales certificate, the process on how to get it apostille or authentication. So, and then previously I also mentioned that we will be adding the list of countries that you need, that is Hague Convention and non-Hague Convention, in the blog, so that people can be able to know. Yeah. So the final one, not the final one, sorry. The second to the last, it's your TEFL, TESOL, settle, data. Yes. So these people, it depends on the countries, right? In the Middle East, some will say they prefer SETA. Some will say they prefer data. Some will say they prefer TESOL. Some will say they prefer TEFL. So, hold on one sec. Hold on. So, okay, now, okay. So some will say they want TEFL. Do you understand? So before we will list the list of countries in the Middle East that required TEFL or TESOL or SETA. We're going to list everything so that people will know what they will be signing up for. You understand? So, and minimum hours required, minimum hours for any TEFL or SETA or whatever it's gonna be 120 hours above, no below. So, yeah. And the last one, which is gonna be medical reports. This part is very, very important to these guys. When you're doing your medical report, make sure you go to registered doctor, not just any doctor, because these reports will go through HPCSA to confirm, to check out this doctor before it go to other departments. Before it will go to other departments, it will go through HPCSA first, your medical. So after HPCSA, then it will be taken to DECO. After DECO, it depends on the countries that you're going to. Either maybe it's Hague Convention country or non-Hague Convention. So it may be apostille, and everything ends there at DECO if it is for apostille. But for authentication, it will need to go through the embassy of the country where the documents will be used. So, and please guys be aware that they need to do your blood test, chest X-ray.
Yeah, the blood tests are very important.
Yes.
It doesn't matter.
Mm. Chest
It's
X-ray.
like your HIV, your, yeah, sorry, my friend, do apologize. Carry on.
Okay, no, it's fine. Chest
I do
X-ray,
apologize.
HIV, TB screening. They really they don't joke around. And then with this, when it comes to TB and then all these things, they don't joke around with that. So you need to make sure you go to the doctor that will do all these tests for you, and must be recent, usually within 3 months. So I think that's all I have to say about the document authentication. And then you're good to go. Thanks for listening.
Just
Do you
a
guys have any
little
question? Do you guys have any
Yes.
question? Okay.
Just something I need to mention as well. When you are going that side and you have a condition like ADHD and antidepressants and anxiety medication and strong painkillers, you have to have a doctor's letter to go with it.
Exactly.
A valid doctor's letter with the doctor's practice numbers, everything on it that says this is why you're using it. If you don't have that, at the airport, they can take it away from you.
Yes.
Because remember,
you may even get locked up. You may even get locked up.
Yeah.
Because those guys don't even you check your bag from time to time, make sure you don't have any marijuana hidden somewhere in your bag. You may go to jail for it. We've heard stories.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah.
Sampi, do you have any question?
Yeah, only one question. For me, there is people that's been asking the difference between what's the difference between the TEFL, and SELTA?
I'm not an expert in that field, but what I can do is to do some digging and maybe speaking to Naomi after this meeting. We may do some digging. So in the blog, we will explain the differences also in the blog. But I don't want to say things I'm not expert on.
I think we need to do some work on that one. And what level of TEFL, TESL, or SELTA do they need?
Exactly. No, that's fine, guys. I think this is good.